Welcome back to the coin jackpot. What if I told you that 5 ordinary-looking buffalo nickels could be worth a combined $121,000? That's right. Some of the most valuable buffalo nickels from 1913, 1915, 1919, 1920, and 1925 have surprised collectors with incredible prices. And the reason isn't just their age. It's the rare minting errors hiding on them. Today, we're going on a treasure hunt through 5 buffalo nickels that many people overlook. We'll reveal the specific errors collectors search for, including doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, struck-through errors, and other unusual mint mistakes that can turn a 5-cent coin into a 4- or even 5-figure collectible. The most exciting part? Some of these coins looked completely ordinary before experts took a closer look. That means valuable examples could still be sitting in old coin jars, family collections, desk drawers, or forgotten albums right now. As we count down these 5 buffalo nickels, the values keep getting higher, and the final coin may surprise you the most. So before you spend, sell, or ignore an old buffalo nickel, watch this video until the very end, because one small detail could mean the difference between a common nickel and a hidden treasure, worth thousands of dollars. Let's get started. Have you ever imagined that a small 1913 buffalo nickel sitting unnoticed in an old drawer could be worth $18,000 or more? It sounds unbelievable. But for a handful of rare examples with the right characteristics, collectors have paid astonishing amounts. And the most surprising part? Many people don't know what details to look for. The story begins in 1913, when the buffalo nickel made its dramatic debut across America. Designed by sculptor James Earl Fraser, the coin broke away from traditional designs. Instead of elegant symbols and classical figures, it featured a Native American portrait on one side and a powerful American bison on the other. The design felt rugged, bold, and uniquely American. What makes the first year 1913 issue especially fascinating is that demand was intense from the very beginning. Millions were produced, but not all survived in collectible condition. Some developed rare minting errors that transformed ordinary nickels into valuable treasures. Before we get to those errors, a quick note about mint marks. Buffalo nickels can carry mint marks such as P, D, or S, representing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Certain combinations of date, mint mark, condition, and error can dramatically affect value. Now let's investigate the errors collectors chase. A die crack appears when the coin die develops a fracture, leaving raised lines on the coin. Minor examples often sell for $40 to $150, while dramatic cracks on a 1913 buffalo nickel can reach $300 to $1,000 or more depending on visibility and condition. When the blank planche is not properly aligned during striking, part of the design is missing. Small off-center examples may bring $100 to $500, while dramatic off-center strikes with visible dates can sell for $1,000 to $3,500. This is one of the most exciting varieties. Letters, numbers, or design elements appear doubled because of die preparation issues. Strong examples can command $500 to $5,000, and exceptional specimens may sell for even more. If grease, cloth fibers, or debris gets between the die and coin, unusual missing details can appear. These errors often sell for $75 to $800, with spectacular examples attracting higher bids. But here's where values really climb. Condition changes everything. A worn buffalo nickel may be worth only a modest premium, while a professionally graded, high-grade example can multiply in value several times over. Sharp details, strong luster, and certification from respected grading services can turn a good coin into a serious collector target. And that brings us back to the question, if some 1913 buffalo nickels can reach $18,000, what overlooked treasure might already be hiding in an old collection, waiting for someone to examine it a little more closely? What if a 1919 buffalo nickel tucked away in an old collection could be worth $24,000? That number sounds unbelievable for a 5-cent coin, yet certain rare. Examples have shocked collectors with values that climb far beyond face value. Today, we're following the trail of one of the most intriguing treasure hunts in American coin collecting. Picture this. A dusty cigar box sits untouched for decades. Inside are ordinary-looking coins collected by a grandparent long ago. Most people would glance at them and move on. But experienced treasure hunters know that a single buffalo nickel from 1919 could hide a story worth thousands. By 1919, America was emerging from World War I. Buffalo. Nickels were circulating heavily through stores, rail stations, and small-town businesses. Millions changed hands daily. Most suffered years of wear, but a lucky few escaped with strong details or unusual minting, mistakes that now attract serious collector attention. The coin's iconic design came from James Earl Fraser. The Native American portrait and rugged buffalo created a coin unlike anything else in circulation. Ironically, the very design that made it famous also caused rapid wear, making high-quality survivors increasingly difficult to find. Before checking for errors, look for the mint mark. Buffalo nickels may feature P, D, or S representing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These small letters can influence rarity and collector demand. The minting process began with blank metal discs called planchets. Massive presses stamped the design onto each coin. Most strikes were normal. A few weren't. And that's where the treasure hunt begins. Tiny fractures in a die can leave raised lines across the coin. Common examples often sell for $50 to $250, while dramatic die cracks on a 1919 Buffalo nickel can bring $700 to $2,000. When a planchet shifts during striking, part of the design may be missing. Collectors love dramatic examples. Values typically range from $250 to $200, with major off-center strikes reaching $3,000 to $5,500. This is one of the most exciting discoveries. Letters or numbers appear doubled because of die production issues. Depending on strength and condition, values can range from $1,000 to $8,000. Debris trapped during striking can create unusual missing details or impressions. These fascinating errors often sell for $150 to $2,500, sometimes higher, for exceptional examples. But here's the secret many treasure hunters overlook: condition. Professional grading can dramatically increase value. Sharp details, original surfaces, and minimal wear can multiply prices several times over compared with heavily circulated examples. And that's what makes the 1919 Buffalo nickel so fascinating. Hidden among ordinary collections could be a coin carrying a rare error, exceptional preservation, or both. The next treasure worth thousands may already be sitting quietly in a forgotten box, waiting for someone to spot the clue everyone else missed. What if a worn-looking 1915 Buffalo nickel hiding in an old coin jar could be worth $21,000? Sounds impossible, right? Yet a few rare examples have stunned collectors with values that most people would never expect from a 5-cent coin. Today, we're going on a treasure hunt to find out why. Picture America in 1915. Automobiles were still a novelty in many towns. Dusty roads stretched across the country, and Buffalo nickels were passing through countless hands every single day. Most were spent, lost, or heavily worn, but a small number escaped the ordinary path. And those are the coins collectors dream about finding today. The Buffalo nickel was designed by James Earl Fraser, featuring a Native American portrait and an American bison. Unlike many coins of its era, the design was bold and rugged. Unfortunately, the high-relief details wore down quickly, making well-preserved examples much harder to find over a century later. Before searching for treasures, check the mint mark. Buffalo nickels may carry P, D, or S, representing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Certain mint combinations are scarcer and often attract stronger collector interest. So how was this coin made? A blank metal planchet was fed into a coin press, where immense pressure forced the designs into the metal. When everything worked perfectly, an ordinary nickel was created. But when something went wrong, valuable errors were born. Imagine spotting a raised line running across part of the design. That's often a die crack. Smaller examples typically sell for $50 to $200, while dramatic cracks on a 1915 Buffalo nickel can reach $500 to $5,500. Now the hunt gets more exciting. If the coin was struck while misaligned, part of the design may be missing. Depending on how far off center it is, values can range from $150 to $800, with exceptional examples bringing $2,000 to $4,000. This is one of the discoveries collectors love. Letters or numbers appear noticeably doubled due to die preparation issues. Strong doubled die examples can sell for $700 to $6,000, and rare high-grade pieces can go much higher. If grease, debris, or foreign material interfered during striking, unusual missing details may appear. These errors often bring $100 to $1,000, while dramatic examples can exceed that range. But here's the final piece of the treasure map. Condition. A heavily worn coin may be worth only a fraction of what a sharply detailed, professionally graded example can command. High grades can multiply value several times over, especially when paired with a desirable error. And somewhere right now, a forgotten 1915 Buffalo nickel could be sitting unnoticed in a box, a collection, or a family keepsake. The question is, will you recognize the treasure before someone else does? A 1925 Buffalo nickel worth $31,000? Most people would never believe it. After all, it's just a 5-cent coin. But hidden among ordinary collections are a few remarkable 1925 Buffalo nickels that have stunned collectors with extraordinary values. Today, we're joining the hunt to uncover what makes this coin so special. Imagine opening an old wooden drawer in a farmhouse, an attic trunk, or a long-forgotten coin album. Mixed among common coins sits a worn Buffalo nickel from 1925. To most people, it's pocket change from another era. To a seasoned collector, it's a potential treasure waiting to reveal its secrets. The year 1925 was a fascinating time in America. The country was deep into the roaring 20s. New businesses were appearing, jazz-filled dance halls, and Buffalo nickels were moving rapidly through the economy. Because they circulated so heavily, many became badly worn. That's why well-preserved examples are far more desirable today. The famous design by James Earl Fraser remained one of the boldest in U.S. coinage. The Native American portrait and powerful buffalo created a rugged appearance unlike earlier American coins. Yet the design's raised features wore down quickly, making strong details increasingly rare. Before beginning any treasure search, examine the mint mark. Buffalo nickels may carry P, D, or S representing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Certain mint combinations can attract greater collector interest and influence value. The minting process was simple but powerful. Blank. Planchets entered massive coin presses where dies struck the designs into metal. Most coins emerged exactly as intended. Occasionally, however, something went wrong, and that's where hidden value appears. A damaged die can leave raised crack-like lines across the coin's surface. Smaller examples often sell for $75 to $300, while dramatic die cracks can reach $800 to $2,500. When a coin is struck out of alignment, part of the design may be missing. Depending on severity and visibility of the date, values typically range from $300 to $2,500, with exceptional examples reaching $4,000 to $7,000. This prized variety shows noticeable doubling in lettering or design elements. Strong examples often sell between $7,200 and $10,000, making them among the most exciting discoveries. Foreign material trapped during striking can leave unusual patterns or missing details. These errors commonly sell for $200 to $2,000, with dramatic specimens commanding higher premiums. But the final clue in this treasure hunt is condition. A heavily worn coin may be interesting, yet a professionally graded high-grade example can multiply in value several times over. Sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal often separate a modest collectible from a headline-worthy coin. So before dismissing a 1925 Buffalo nickel as ordinary, take a closer look. Somewhere out there, a forgotten nickel could be carrying a rare error, remarkable. A mid-1920 Buffalo nickel worth $27,000 sounds like something out of a treasure legend. But a few remarkable examples have reached eye-catching prices. The real mystery is that many people have handled these coins without realizing what they were holding. Today, we're following the clues that separate an ordinary nickel from a hidden prize. Imagine a coin beginning its journey in 1920. America was changing fast. Factories were booming, cities were growing, and Buffalo nickels moved through pockets. Cash registers and train stations every day. Most were spent until they wore smooth. But a small number took a different path, preserving details and errors that collectors now eagerly search for. The Buffalo nickel, designed by James Earl Fraser, already had a reputation for its bold appearance. The Native American portrait and powerful buffalo gave the coin a distinctive identity. Yet that same design was prone to wear, making surviving high-quality examples much scarcer than many people expect. Before hunting for value, check the mint mark. Buffalo nickels may carry P, D or S representing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Different mint locations can affect rarity and collector demand. The minting process itself was straightforward. Blank metal discs entered. Powerful presses where dies struck the design into the surface. Most strikes were normal. A few were not. Those mistakes created the treasures collectors chase today. A cracked die can leave raised lines across the coin. Smaller examples often sell between $50 and $250. Larger, dramatic die cracks on a 1920 Buffalo nickel can reach $600 to $1,800 depending on visibility and condition. This error occurs when the planche isn't perfectly aligned. Part of the design may be missing while the date remains visible. Values commonly range from $200 to $1,000, while major off-center examples can bring $2,500 to $5,000. This is one of the most exciting discoveries during any coin hunt. Doubling in lettering or numbers can significantly increase demand. Depending on strength and preservation, examples may sell for $800 to $7,500. When grease or debris interferes during striking, unusual patterns or missing details appear. These pieces often trade between $100 and $200, with exceptional examples commanding more. Now comes the factor that changes everything: condition. A worn coin might attract modest interest, but a sharply detailed specimen, certified by a professional grading service, can see its value multiply dramatically. Strong surfaces, clear dates, and original detail are what serious collectors pay for. So the next time you spot a 1920 Buffalo nickel, don't judge it too quickly. Somewhere among ordinary-looking coins could be a piece worth thousands, and perhaps even the clue that leads to a $27,000 discovery. The question is, what details are hiding in plain sight on the coin you haven't checked yet?